Was there like a righteous tone to how you felt, to how you to the songs you sang, like Love? So many people use your name.
Well, that
like you had an idea of how you were supposed to be loved, and
not,
people weren't doing that.
So we did a very ADHD thing, and we just So I want to last save point that I want to, because I'm you got to auto save sometimes. That's a game turn. Never mind. So back when I lived with the homies that let me stay, that's when I think it was the first time I was able to start to piece together who I was to myself, because I had a consistent place to come to. So I wasn't consistently stressed out about where I'm gonna stay. So I ain't time to really like think about me,
Right.
So I had a consistent place that I can come back to. I can lay my head down. I wasn't, in survival mode. I could chill a little bit. Now I got room for the other thoughts to start being put to the forefront now. And I noticed, without really like being fully aware, but I noticed that I was reacting out of what I never got, what didn't happen, for me in a lot of ways. And that activated something within me where it was like, well, I need to change this. Now, mind you, this is also after I had a really bad nervous breakdown. I know I didn't mention that, but I'm mentioning it now because it just reminded me, which is why I was so locked in with figuring whatever that was out. Because during that moment when I had my nervous breakdown, and just to give you context, the nervous breakdown was the result of not taking care of myself. I wasn't eating right. I wasn't hydrating at all. I was extremely stressed out. I had like, my anxiety was crazy. Like I would have like these, what do you call them?
Panic attacks?
Yeah, these low grade, butterfly waves that I didn't understand what it was. And I'd kind of like, brush it off, This is all around the time I'm recording the first album,
Were you
I would go through
depression?
It was a little bit of both, but you got to say, I wasn't aware of it. It was just happening.
But you still knew that you were having anxiety.
Yeah, and I didn't understand what it was. I just was like, that's weird.
But you've been doing survival for so long.
Exactly.
You just learn to cope with somebody.
Exactly.
getting a
So
ticket. Stop him from getting
He went out.
That's his call.
That's
Yeah,
his call.
his call.
That's why he's saying it's KK call.
Yep. They still give out tickets around here.
yeah.
So
I'm not understanding, and this you gotta understand, this is before, the era of Wokism. Like I didn't know I didn't have a vocabulary to like identify what I was experiencing in those moments. I just knew that it was happening, but I didn't know what to do about it. That's back when I would drink and I would smoke and all of that, and I was just hella stressed,
Right.
But
Was there anyone around you
No.
that could help you?
no. And I've never been exposed. So like I come from, a timeline in a family of, unfortunately, substance abusers. So that was a normalized activity. So no one talks about, the short and long-term effects of,
Yeah.
substance use. Like nobody. It's like this is what you do. You figure it out. Pick your poison.
Right.
And I was like, all right, well, I guess this is my sort of time to get into that. Figure out what's my preferences and stuff. And it never occurred to me like, bro, you ain't gotta do none of that. Until I crashed, and I'm in a hospital. IV'd up, and I'm like, how did I get here, man? This was like, I think like a couple months before my 21st birthday. And I was like, because in my mind, I'm about to die. I don't know, because I've never experienced anything like that before.
Right.
So I'm like, this can't be how it ends. I ain't even do nothing.
Right.
Like, this is how the movie ends? Nah, this can't be it. So I left the hospital. I went to the nearest restaurant. It had a buffet. Bro, when I tell you every vegetable in that buffet, I don't know what I thought.
You just thought it was gonna solve the problem, whatever it is.
Like, I need to fix
vegetables.
my life. I need to start eating better.
Right.
You know, I was my diet was trash. Bro. But I mean, what do you expect? You know, I would do, you know, I would bum $1 from somebody, some quarters or whatever, and try to get up to like $1, maybe $2. I run to the Chinese joint and give me rice and gravy and an iced tea, bro, and that would, like, you know, that would get me right for the night, and that would just be like a routine, you know. Or if anybody wanted to, like, you know, offer up a couple more dollars, I would get more, you know, pocket the rest for later. I'm gonna need that for breakfast or lunch tomorrow, you know. So, you know, being really strategic on how to maneuver and manage my day to day, you know, with whatever I could forage, you know. But then, so that kind of set me on a different path. It was like, yo, whatever you gonna do, you gotta do it now. I don't know what you waiting for. No, like, nobody's waiting on you. Like, do it. Or
What was the do it? What was the action?
So the action was, I gotta be more intentional with how I'm gonna crack this code. I can't wait for it to come to me. I can't wait for an opportunity to happen. Like, no, you gotta go either find it or make it. You know, again, you gotta understand, I don't have the tool set to do this with. I just have the drive to do it. So I took a little bit of what I knew from how I came up, you know, all the different experiences that I had, the different run-ins with people, you know, good, bad, or otherwise, and try to see what could I learn from that. What was the lesson? You know, like what should I have gotten from that experience?
Right.
You know, how can I use whatever happened to me, or rather, because that's victim talk. I don't like that. Whatever happened, how can I use that for my benefit? You know, yeah, I ain't like how that went. Yeah, bro was an asshole. Yeah, that was fucked up. But what can I extract from that I could use as fuel to push me further, right? So I just did a lot of thinking, you know. And when I don't know, you know, if any of you ever experienced a nervous breakdown or a panic attack, it's like a weird, hard reset. You kind of gotta, you spend some time still trying to gather your bearings. You know, you gotta rediscern what reality is.
Right.
Because your emotions are all over the place,
all
and
over
your
the place.
thoughts is, so your mood swings are like,
You're doing a lot of crazy stuff.
You know, one day you want to, you know, take over the world. Next day you want to take yourself out. Like, it gets real
Dark.
roller coastery. You know.
They call it manic now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Having a manic episode.
Yeah.
Say that.
So I just found myself, you know, kind of being thrown around, like internally being thrown around. I'm like, yo, this is trash, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't even know what I gotta do, but I gotta make whatever this, I gotta make this stop. I don't know how, but I gotta make it stop. So my people's, you know, my mom, dad, my brothers, whatever, sisters, they moved to Georgia. So I was like, okay, maybe I need a different, because I ain't go with them. I was like, nah, y'all got that. Like, I'm out the house. Y'all on your own schedule. I still got stuff to do.
Right.
But Philly get brick in the winter. I'm like, yeah, Atlanta, right? Oh, okay, cool, yeah. Let me go ahead and check this Greyhound. You know, and that way, and I knew that I was somewhere I could go. I'm not just going to a place I've never been before.
Right.
With no, so I knew that at the end of the day I could stay with them, even though I don't want to, but you know, I could stay with them for a little bit till I get my, you know, get something going. Which I didn't really know how to get anything because I didn't have anything, you know. I didn't know anybody, you know. I mean, I knew people, but we wasn't cool like that. Like, I couldn't just pull up, and it's because it'd have been like, why are you here?
Right.
Oh, you know, I was like, Nah, go home.
Right.
I don't have a home. Not my problem. Like,
Right.
don't be here though.
Right.
So, I went down there and they moved around, different, it's not, they didn't go straight to Atlanta. They went, different parts of Georgia. And, I stayed with them for a little while, and I was like, this is for the birds. And then I would just keep going back and forth, between Georgia and Philly.
In between that time, are you working on your craft or you writing
I'm working on the
songs?
album. Yeah, I'm working on the album.
Through all these experiences.
Mm-hmm. Well, the first time I went down, I was in Oregon. It was like in 97, 98, something like that. I started working on the album in 99. So top of 99, I started working on the album. I started working on songs that eventually became most of my first album.
Had you gotten the deal already or not yet?
No.
Okay.
Because I wasn't thinking about getting no deal. I had already heard enough horror stories about people, being taken advantage of and getting raw deals and shit don't go well and all that. You just hear a lot of stuff, So my plan was to just record, get enough records. I was gonna do the 50 route, just put out a bunch of mixtapes, myself. Just get enough songs, burn it on CDs, just,
Throw it out there.
yeah. And then when I came up, with some more bread, do more studio time, do more songs, and put out another one. Like that, that was what my plan was. That's
Did you see yourself making it
making it
with your music?
yeah,
music
but like
book.
making it how? Like I see
To
myself
that-
making it
to
as
that
a,
next level.
This level of success that you're at now.
no, that wasn't. Nah, I didn't even think that it was possible, because I'm like, who would sign me? Right, and I didn't come from a place of encouragement. I didn't have an environment of support. So it was more so I was doing stuff for myself. I wanted to prove to myself that I could do this. I would stop people in traffic. I'm talking about rush hour, 5:00 p.m. Everybody trying to go home.
Right.
I would stop you, be like, "Yo, can I sing for you?" Yeah.
And this is where the singing in the street thing came from.
Yeah. So you asked. I wasn't doing it for money. I was doing it for proof. Because I didn't have no confidence.
That you were good?
So you would build up the confidence.
I needed proof.
Right.
These people I don't know, and I interrupted their day on probably the most inopportune and less than ideal moment of their day to stop them and ask them for their honest opinion. And I would get more, whoever would give me, their point of view or review or whatever,
Right.
it would be good. Only other thing I would get is, man, get the fuck out of my face. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Did you document it? Any of that?
Bro,
He didn't have none.
You don't have nothing to
And no
document.
cameras.
No
tell
cameras?
me, tell me you were a young boy without telling me you were young.
I'm 42.
Dude, how was I gonna document that?
Why not?
In his early 20s with no
20s,
money
he was
and
broke.
no house. He
Not
was broke.
why. How was I gonna document that? I didn't have no bread to. At the time, I would have had to get a camcorder.
Put it up somewhere.
I would
on
have
the
had to
street.
like,
Been a lot.
Have somebody
premeditatedly get me a tripod. I'm not that. I just wasn't
wasn't
that
that
type of
savvy.
person.
Yeah.
I
but
wouldn't do stuff for that reason. Like
But this is
I wasn't that
validation.
forward.
You're getting
it was just
validation
it was
for him.
personal
It's
for
validation
me.
for yourself.
It was like personal validation, because I didn't have it, so I had to outsource it.
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard.